This is a redirect video for Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 5. Click the link in the description below to go watch my reaction to it, and then come back here to see my full review, my full thoughts, my full talk through everything about what happened in this episode. We also watched the opening as well at the very end of the reaction, so if you want to see that, stay tuned to the end of my reaction for that. So yeah. Click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in this episode, and go watch my reaction and come back here to see my full thoughts. Okay, click away now. Okay. This episode was cool. A little bit of like heavy on the recap, which is kind of weird. I don't know, it just seemed like they recapped a lot of this episode. Like, it's a good, like, solid, like, probably a minute and a half or 2 minutes worth of, like, recap at the after the opening, and then a little bit in the episode we had, like, 30 seconds worth of recap. Like, I mean, it I don't know. It just seems like they went pretty hardcore on, like, the recap to kind of, for some reason, I don't know why. It wasn't really needed if you're watching the show, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I guess it's all right. But yeah, it was really cool to see all the teams and the finale of the chariot race and everything. Or I guess chariot, yeah, something like that. Cavalry race. There you go. So. Yeah, so Team 1 is Todoroki, Todoroki. His team, which is Mina, Seru, one of those. Oh gosh, who's his third? Oh yeah, Kirishima. Yeah, so they are in first place because they stole Midoriya's headband. Or no, wait. No, I'm wrong. Sorry, my bad. my bad. I'm wrong. Todoroki is on a team with Momo, the lightning kid who, oh gosh, there he is. Kaminarl, Denki? I don't know. Lightning kid. And then, oh gosh, who's there? You had, yeah, Icy Hot. Oh yeah, and Ida. Not Ida. Ida. There's so many names in this show. I apologize. It's gonna be so hard for me to remember all these names because they're not like native English and everything, and so it's gonna be really hard for me. I'm so sorry. So yeah, so they're first team. Todoroki and his team is first place. Second place, I believe, was Bakugo, which was in a team with Mina, my girl Mina. It was actually was pretty prominent in this episode as well. Not like hardcore, but she was there, and she was awesome. Then their other teammate Shiro, or Sero, Sero, Hanta Sero, the elbow, what Bakugo calls him, the elbow kid or whatever like that. Yeah. Him, and then of course the hardening kid, Kirishima, or no, Kirishima. There we go, Kirishima. I gotta like zoom in on this page. Okay, I have like a cheat sheet of like all the characters' names. Yeah, so their third place was I think it was a B class team. I believe it was the Hitachi or Hitachi. Jesus Christ, Hitachi or Hitoshi. One of those. Shinso. I think I said I'm bad with names. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Him. He's B class. I don't remember all his team members. But it seemed like they kind of skated by and got third place kind of thing. Fourth place, as we all know, is Go Midoriya, as well as Infinity Girl, and where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? There he is. Tokiyami, bird guy, badass freaking power. I was hoping. Oh yeah, sorry. And uh, is she on this page too? I'm wondering if she's on this page or not. And Mai, M-E-I, Mai, me, Mai, one of those. Hatsume, Hatsume. I think it's the gadget girl. She's also on our team for fourth place. But yeah, it was really freaking cool to see Takayami's gift and what he can do, his ability. So it's like an entity of its own. Like he can't I guess during the day he can control it. During night when it's out and about, he can't contain it. So that's really interesting. I want to know more about that really badly. I full on thought in this episode, I should say, they were going to somehow make it dark, like dome it or something, make it dark. I wouldn't even know how you would even go about doing that, but I thought about that, like, it'd be a cool kind of thing to do, to get his ability to, like, manifest, like, tenfold kind of thing, so that way it's like a supreme being, but he can't control it, so, yeah, so I'm super stoked to see what happens next. We did get to see lots of kind of combo things back and forth with Bakugo and the other kid, who is a copycat copy power. I guess copycat's kind of like a mean way of saying it. I would assume it's mean. I don't know. When you say copycat, you're like, like, I don't know. It just seems like it seems mean. But he's a mimic. Trying to think of other words to describe. I mean, they literally say his ability is copy. But yeah, it's a cool power. He just kind of touches them, and then he gains their abilities for, I guess, 5 minutes is what his limit is. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see some new quirks and everything in the world and everything. Sadly, not all of A class won, so we're not going to see a lot of the kids battle, like Headphone Jack Girl, Frog Girl, Tsuyu, one of those. Frog Girl. We're not going to see her, sadly, because her team lost. Thanks to one of the B class students, like ripping with like the vine girdle. Actually, yeah, I at first I thought it was like a Medusa, but it's kind of like Gaia in a way, like Mother Nature kind of hairdo, like kind of vines and everything. But apparently she can like fling him out and go grab something. So they went and grabbed Minoru, the purple guy, hair guy. They grabbed their headpiece that way, so they would lose. Yeah, there is some background stuff too as well that we never got to see, but apparently the third place people, run by Shinso or Hitoshi. There we go. He, I guess, skated by pretty undetected. We saw a little bit about that in this episode, where like they were saying like he won third place, and there's a team in the back of them that were like just flipping out, like they had no idea where their headbands went. Like all of a sudden, like it seemed like that happened at the very end, and I'm wondering what his quirk is, because I'm thinking his quirk did something at the very end to make him win at the very end of the game. But yeah, I'm really interested to find out what they have to say. So we have 3 teams that are A class, and then we have a B class team getting by as well. From here on out, I can only assume they're going to go into the one-on-one battles, and people who won the 4 teams, all of them kind of combined into like the bracket system, and they all kind of fight one-on-one to see who's going to win there. So I'm wondering if that's going to be the only thing, like only those 4 teams, or are the rest of the kids going to have a chance as well? during like another bracket system thing that they have to go through. Um, that's what I'm wondering right now. Like, because I would love to see that. Like, they, all the kids, have a turn at like the glory or whatever. Um, but yeah, so I'm super stoked to see what happens next. Like I said, I'm pretty sure from here on is going to be the 1v1 battles and stuff. Which, as the opening kind of hints at, and I predicted since oh gosh, what I think a couple episodes ago when Icy Hot was like kind of going up against Midoriya. Um, I gathered in my mind. I don't think I actually ever said it, but I kind of like in my back of my mind. I'm like, yeah, those two are definitely going to have a one-on-one battle. I think even Midoriya and Bakugo. God, these dentures suck with like saying K names and ooh, no, Baku. Yeah, it's a K. It's a K that's screwing me up. So yeah, Bak. Damn it. His first name is like it sucks for me because his name is Katsuki, which is like two K syllables. So Jesus Christ, I apologize profusely, but I'm still trying to learn to talk with my dentures in. But yeah, Bakugo and Midoriya, I expect maybe even them going a 1-on-1, either at the end or like as they're climbing up, they kind of fight with each other, kind of thing. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool to see who's gonna go up against who. I want Mina to get pretty high up in the rank before she loses. Because obviously Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki are going to be up there. So like, I don't think Mina has the capability of, of winning, but I want to see her to win at least like one or two games or rounds or whatever. I don't know, it's a personal thing, but I really want to see more about Tokoyami, his shadow ability. Um, I super want to know more about him. That's one thing I super want to know more about. I want to see more about him because like it's so different from the other people because like everybody has their quirk, right? They all have like their abilities that they do, and they're all like different and unique and everything. But Tokiyami's ability is literally a living entity that, if at night or whatever, can get out of control and he can't control it. So like that is so freaking cool. That's so unique. Because everybody else just doesn't have like an entity like within them. They have like abilities that they use kind of thing. Like Bakugo with his like exploding hands, Infinity Girl with like turning off gravity on certain objects, that kind of thing. Um, Ida's kind of like a machine leg kind of core kind of thing, but Tokiyaki is like, oh my god, it's like a pet or kind of thing like that, like a guardian, which is so cool. I could not even predict that. That is so freaking badass, and I love him for that. So he's like up there my favorite character now. I think he will replace Midoriya. I don't know though. Um, but yeah, I'm Midoriya's kind of still in the rank though because I want him to succeed and like be like a badass like all Might character. Um, and that kind of flash forward kind of scene we saw at the very start of the season, of him fighting all the bad guys and everything. That like hypes him up even more. So I don't know. I still like Midoriya quite a bit. Um, but yeah, we never got to see very much of Invisible Girl. What's her name again? Toru, Toru, yeah. Or Hagakuri. Um, God, that's like a two kind of KG, G, and K. Those my dentures hate that. Um, but yeah, we never got to see too much of her. I mean, every time I say that, like I go back to the whole thing is she's invisible. You can't see her. But yeah, it's kind of like a pun in a way, or not a pun. Is it a pun? You can't see her. I don't know. We never got to see her or her team. Very much. We got to see a couple other cool teams as well, kind of B class teams. Um, we saw a girl, I think, that was a kind of deer, We saw her earlier, but we actually see her with another teammate. It was a two-person team. It was like the Deer Girl and then someone riding her. That they were kind of jetting off, and we saw a new kid in B class that can literally make air solid, and like the bigger the breath, the more solid the object. Excuse me. So that was pretty cool. And the Deer Girl and her teammate, they kind of ran into one of them. We saw a little bit of that. Um, so yeah, I am super stoked to find out what happens next. Excuse me. um, yeah, it's gonna be super cool to see what happens next. Because like if my prediction is correct, and like the next bit is like the bracket system, like I wonder who they're gonna show first. Like obviously, you know, Todoraki and Midoriya have like their thing. Um, but I would love to know the matchups of like the other people. Like, and I hope that it will. Obviously, that they're probably gonna skip out a lot of matches, being like like they're gonna show like a list and be like this person battled this person won, and then like not show us, or maybe like a stop image of like what happened kind of thing. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many episodes they plan on doing. I think it's another 12 episodes, not 12, maybe 12. I'm not sure how many episodes they have planned for season 2. Um, but typically, I would think they would focus more on the main characters of this season. So stuff like Bakugo, Midoriya, Todoraki, um, those kind of people. Even if Unity Girl had a bit with her parents and backstory and stuff. So I'm pretty sure those characters, those kind of main characters that have been focused on, will have their episode to shine. Maybe, I don't know. I hope so. I desperately hope we get to see every fight, and we get to see every outcome and everything. But I do, in the back of my mind, think that we're not going to see every fight, and it's just going to be, kind of like either, like I said, like either a stop motion picture of like the outcome of a battle, or just like an on screen thing, like between these two people, this person won kind of thing. So I hope we get every fight, but I have my doubts. But yeah, it's gonna be freaking cool to see what happens next. Freaking Ida's new ability, or his overdrive ability that he did. Like now that it's out in the open, I'm guaranteed he's gonna do it in the bracket round. But yeah, it's that's a cool ability. He apparently hid it from everybody. And I'm wondering if he used that in the finale of season 1, when he ran to go get the teachers. I wonder if he used it then, to kind of get out there quicker to the school. Um, but yeah, but like I said, now that he's done it and everyone knows he can do it, um, there's no point in hiding it anymore. So I'm sure he's gonna do it again. Um, yeah, I mean, out of all the kids that passed, or that are in the bracket system that we know of, um, they are a pretty good group of of heroes and everything. Like I said, I don't know who was in the B class group. I'll have to go back and look potentially. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be cool to see what they can do, like the B class suit, the kids and stuff. To see what they're capable of. But yeah, oh yeah, and freaking what's his name? Todoraki, his dad, Endeavor, is voiced by the same person who voices Loxus in Fairy Tail, and if you play World of Warcraft, he voices Garrosh Hellscream. He's a big voice actor, does done tons of stuff. I'm super pumped that he's in this, as a voice actor. Um, I guess we heard him talk like a little bit, But it never clicked to me until the very end of the episode when we heard him talking to All Might. Um, it's so strange. Like we've heard him talk like in like he's kind of like mentally talking kind of thing, but we're hearing it. Like he's like talking to Todoroki kind of thing. Um, or mentioning it, or criticizing him, or whatever we're gonna call it. So we heard him kind of mentally talking. Um, but at the very end of this episode, we full on heard him talk. Um, which is badass. I love that Lox is in this show too as well. So yeah, is there anything else? Oh my gosh, I loved the way how Bakugo at the very end they had that kind of like three-way kind of like oh, what's the Mexican standoff in a way, kind of like a duel. They're all like going in to attack each other, right? Like Bakugo's coming in to attack, and then Todoroki's kind of like trying to defend, like also Midoriya, and deal with that kind of thing. And then Midoriya's coming in to attack, kind of thing. It's like a stop motion kind of like slow motion kind of thing about to attack. And then the match ends, and like Bakugo just goes. Just like face plants on the ground. Like he just absolutely loses all momentum like that he had going into it. He's like just jump in the air, and then like the buzzer hits and then it ended, and then he just straight down like almost like a Wile E. Coyote kind of like moment, in a cartoon kind of thing, which is hilarious. But yeah, I'm super pumped to see what happens next. It's gonna be so cool. Out of everybody, I'm definitely voting for Mina, but like I said, she's kind of like a background side character. Not a background character, but she's a side character, so I doubt she's gonna win, especially with Midoriya's ability and everything. So I don't know. But I'll be rooting for her regardless. I'd love to see more Momo as well. Momo was very helpful with her team as well. Um, she worked very well with Todoroki to do those kind of speed objects, that kind of thing. Because before we knew that it takes a bit of time for her to make objects and everything. Um, I think that's what in season one. It took a little bit of time for her to make objects and everything. But in this season, it looks like she got trained up a bit and she can do it more often. Um, One of the cool things that they did the teamwork thing that they did with Lightning Kid, Denki, yeah. They or Momo made a the blanket to go over them, and then grounded her to the ground, um, and then he had the lightning rod kind of thing, and they were safe because they were grounded, the grounded kind of thing. Um, so that was a cool kind of teamwork. There's a lot of good, great teamwork that they did in this episode. All teams, not just them, but like all teams had like great moments of like teamwork and stuff. Um, I think the best teamwork that was kind of like hidden away kind of thing was when Tokuyami used his shadow to like grab one of the headbands to gain the lead, because they were originally when the match ended. We thought they were in sixth place, I think it was. But then Tokuyama revealed, or Tokoyami revealed that his shadow grabbed one of the headbands off the top of the head, I think. Um, so they added more points to their leaderboard, which brought them to fourth place. Um, but yeah, it's super cool to see kind of the teamwork they had going. I really enjoyed the teamwork that they had on Deku's team, because they had the Gadget Girl that gave them all gadgets and everything, like the hover boots in the back, and then Tokuyami in the front to kind of guide everybody, and then Deku's backpack to kind of jump in the air and kind of maneuver around. Um, and the same was kind of the same case with Todoroki's team. Like he had Ida in the front, which is like the runner, the speedster kind of booster guy, and then Momo made rollerblades for herself and Denki, the Lightning Kid. So whenever Ida used his like supercharge boost thing, they were using skates in the back, so they just had to hold on, and then they were going. So that was a cool combo thing. But yeah, overall, super cool episode. Highly enjoyed it. It was very fun to see, what happened and the outcome of the tournament, on tournament, the game, I guess, to kind of, I guess the preliminary. Was it the preliminary? No, that's not the right word. I don't know sports. But yeah, it was really cool to see the game end and everything, and we actually got to see the finale. It was kind of a two-parter in a way. Like I said, that the kind of recap stuff was kind of weird. Um, it was very strange to kind of see a lot of the recap there. Um, but like I said, I guess it was kind of short. Just while I was watching it, I was kind of in the zone, like watching it, like I'm full force, like invested. And then we got some back some recap stuff coming. I'm like, okay, that kind of took it out of I don't know, it got me out of the zone. So I was like, oh crap. Like, I'm like, we've seen this already. But like I said, it was short. In the moment, it seemed a lot longer. But it's fine. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys thought of this episode and anything that I missed in this review. That you would like my opinion on or whatever. Mention it in the comments below, and I will talk back and forth with you to kind of help explain my thoughts on whatever it is that you would like to know. That kind of thing. Yeah. Trying to think, is anything else that I missed just in case. I guess Todoraki using his fire, that was pretty cool. And apparently he was doing it like subconsciously, like he was kind of defending with his fire, and then Midoriya came in and just like used his all might power to kind of go in there and then just like swipe his hand to kind of get the air current going and like swipe his Todoraki's hand away to kind of like leave it opening. That was pretty awesome. And Todoraki was mad about like him doing that. He's like, "What am I doing? Like, why am I using fire?" kind of thing. So that was pretty cool. So I think that's because he kind of dislikes his dad kind of thing, and he probably he doesn't. I'm assuming it's a case of like his dad like hardcore wanting him to succeed and like everything, and probably teaching him about his fire abilities, but he wants to use ice to kind of do it because he's kind of not too fond of his dad. And yeah, thanks to everybody in the comments below. Last episode, you're talking about what I was mentioning before about the combos. The children have like a combo of powers from the parents. So like for Todoroki, his dad's fire, his mom's probably ice. So that way, combined, fire and ice. So yeah, I'm super pumped to see what happens next. Like I said, leave a comment down below if I missed anything in this episode. I think I got it all. It was a cool episode. I liked it a lot. Can't wait for more. The one-on-one battles are gonna be awesome. Cannot wait for that. So yeah, tune in next week for episode 6 of season 2. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. I don't think there's anything else for me to talk about. Yeah. Oh yeah. No spoilers and stuff. If you're a manga reader, obviously the show hasn't caught up to the manga, so don't spoil the manga. Don't be that guy. If there is any spoilers or hints or whatever, do not hint, do not spoil, don't even talk about the manga whatsoever. Because it is considered spoiler. So I'll have my mods and stuff kind of go through, and if it is a spoiler, your comment will be removed, and I will not read it. So if you want to talk with me in the comments below, do it spoiler free, and I'll talk to you guys there down below and everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys back here next week for some more Boku no Jesus Christ. Boku no Hero Academia. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody.